It's good to see you again, man.
Good to see you too.
All right, so the story behind everybody's speculating on this movie. Like, there's so much buzz. People are like, is it a true story? Is it not a true story? So maybe not a true story, but what I think it's based on true events. Maybe I decided to go straight to the source. What's going on?
You know, I think it was a mixture of many things, but I think the thing you're referencing is there was an event that happened when I was a kid. I don't know when I heard about it. Maybe I was in my teen years or something, of a sting operation in Washington, D.C., where they gave away Super Bowl tickets. And they had a huge event with cheerleaders and mascots, and everybody was having a great time, music playing, bands and all that stuff. And people would come and get their Super Bowl tickets that they won over the radio. And they won, you know, and so they came in, they gave their ID, confirmed who they were, went into the ballroom. And all the people went in the ballroom. And then once everyone was in the ballroom, the guy came and announced, hey, there's no Super Bowl tickets. You're actually all under arrest. And everyone in there was a criminal. And everyone, that cheerleaders, the mascots were all police officers. And I remember seeing this being like, that's the most twisted, weird, funny thing. These are real criminals who did horrible things, and yet they were dancing with them and laughing with them. And I thought that tone is really cool.
I feel, I've known you for many years, but I feel, while I'm not related, the pride. Ishana, I told you before we started filming, I spent the day with her. Salika, now in this movie, as a dad, the pride that you must feel, that they're so talented.
That's so sweet. You know, it's funny you just said the word talented, because I always tell the girls I try to espouse, this is from a book, but the idea that when someone says you're talented, that's your process that they're talking about, not something given to you or inherent that you're bestowed with anything. So when we see someone that we admire who's worked, it's their process that we're talking about. And I try to, that's what I'm proud about, not necessarily achievements and all of that stuff. I'm not more proud of them because of an achievement. It's just about the process.
How did you make Josh Hartnett, who, again, I've known him for years. I just told him, I said, you're one of the nicest guys on the planet. What did Nike tell you to make you this? He said he studied, he got ready. Tell me, I know you wanted to work with him.
Yeah.
And tell me about, casting him and the process and how you described this story where you wanted to take it.
You know, it's the right actor at the right time in their life. That's what I'm looking for each time I'm casting. You know, they may have done all these amazing movies, but when you meet them, they're not at the right place to do this particular movie in the way that I make movies, which is really kind of, there's no safety net. It's just us. We make it really fast. You're definitely going out of your comfort zone. No way to protect yourself. You got to hand over the reins. If you're down for it, let's do it. If not, this is not for you, And Josh was everything. He's just clearly a superstar. Like, when I met him, I was like, oh, this is a superstar. But then he was like, I'm ready to throw all that away. Let's just, whatever you want me to do, I'm in. And I think that energy is what Chris saw for Oppenheimer, what Black Mirror, and, just all the choices you've been making in The Bear. There's a real sense of being drawn to people that want to do things differently.
What is the challenge to direct tens of thousands of people? I'm talking about the concert scenes, which your daughter was telling me, she goes, oh, that stage, it was like the excitement, the energy, but, it had to be authentic and that many people. What are the challenges to directing a scene like that?
It was in saying, let's do it the hard way, that it became the right way, which is, let's put on a real concert.
Yeah.
So let's put a real concert on and do one song a day, and we'll shoot the extras reacting to what they're watching for real. And then I'll turn around and get all the performances from the stage and all of that stuff. And so every day we gave the music earlier to the audience, so they had it. So they were singing along, and it was, they really loved the music, what Salika made. So then when they saw it live, they were like, oh man, they were seeing the person who sang the song. And so all these reactions were absolutely genuine. And, each take, Salika and the dancers and everyone was doing something unique. And so they were, take 4, take 7, we were getting these real things. And that's all happening around Josh as he's performing. It felt real because it was real.
It definitely real. All right, I always try to come up with a question I've never asked you in our previous interviews. And I can't believe I've never asked you this question. We'll close with this. What scares you?
Well, clearly, fear of, anything that can happen to the family is behind all the movies to some extent. So that's pervasive through the pieces, different variations. Even if you're on a beach where you're aging fast in a day.
That's right.
You know, or you're taking a vacation and someone knocks on the cabin door and tells you something really awful about what's about to happen. And or here, you know, where you're supposed to be, it's the happiest day of your life with your daughter, and you may never get to do this again.
Thank you so much for your time.